Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye-ya, bye-ya, bye-ya. Look, in a menudo style in direct fashion, you guys see the thumbnail, so you already know what it is. Before we get into the content of the day, I need you to hit that like and subscribe button. Put that notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that I am kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support that I'm getting, man. We're going up definitely on this channel, and it's highly appreciated. Now, let's talk Lefty Gunplay. Since everyone else is doing it, why can't I? I shall, right? I shan't, but I shall. So look, trip out on this. I'm seeing the youngster get a lot of hate, man. You know, and he's opening doors, man. Or for some reason, doors have been planted. And I've heard a lot of he said, she said, a lot of hearsay about this individual. But everything I've seen so far, he's doing him. He's doing him at 60 miles per hour pretty fast. And I hope he doesn't crash out. But we're going to talk about all that. But even with that, man, he's doing him. He's not disrespecting anybody. He's doing his campaign. He's pushing. You know, if anything, that's what the raza is all about. That's the new voice of the South, they're saying, right? He's the new youngster coming up from Southern California, a rapper that's doing it. But even more so than just Southern California, he's doing it for the masses, for himself and his familia, first and foremost, his hood, his barrio, all that. But he's putting on for his people, man. You know, we needed one. We thought we had one with Swifty, right? But, you know, Swifty's vodka and just some of the moves that he made that weren't just as intelligent as we thought they were, you know, put him in a situation where his push fell off, right? Then we thought we had Chito Ranas. Orale Chito, right? But he just can't seem to stay out of prison. I guess he likes cantina, right? He likes commissary. He likes getting packages. Either way, I guess when you're really living that street life and you rap about certain things and you really live that, then that's where you're going to find yourself incarcerated, right? He's a real homie. And he's going to do what real homies do, and that's sit down, right? I ain't mad at him. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But he ain't the next one up. And then, of course, we thought Money Side Suede was the next one up. Man, that little youngster, he signed him to a major label. He was doing it, and then he found himself caught up in prison and got booked in the shower, right? It happens. It's not a movie. It's not pretends. It's for reals, right? So now we have this individual Lefty Gunplay from Baldwin Park, Southern California. And let me tell you something, man. At first, I was pretty skeptical of his music. I said, damn, I could rap better than him, right? But as I started to listen to his linguistics and his wordplay, I started to realize and recognize, hey, this guy's all right. He can rap pretty good, right? Now, look, man, I know there's going to be a lot of brothers and a lot of people that say, leave hip-hop alone. You are Mexicans. Leave it to the black people, right? Because they do it much better. That's what they're going to say. But at the end of the day, man, we like what we like, you say. You know what I mean? And everybody is enjoying, I think the masses and a lot of people are enjoying the fruits of this kid's labor. I'm glad he's coming up. I'm glad he went to New York and trying to sign a deal. I'm glad that he's getting the buzz that he deserves. You know, we needed one. We don't have much. Okay? And it's not because we can't rap or we're not talented. It's because there's a stigma about Mexicanos, Chicanos, and the raza, period. And the stigma is that everybody is super gang banged out. You know, you fuck with a Mexican, you're going to find yourself on a yard with a fucking piece of metal in you, right? And 9 times out of 10, that has been the case. That's been that. But with this cat, Lefty Gunplay, he did that already. See, he already did the 4-yard thing. He already knows what it is to be incarcerated, to sit down. And I think that only motivates him to apply pressure and do what he's doing now. You know, I've seen a lot of different channels, a lot of different people speaking on this guy. It was like Cat Williams, Lefty Gunplay, Cat Williams, Lefty Gunplay. And I sat back and I marinated and I watched, right? I watched him do his thing, and I don't judge books by their cover, and who am I to even speak upon another man in a derogatory fashion if it ain't in jest, right? But I will say this, and this is facts. He's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing, and he's doing it correctly. Now, I have seen some situations where people have spoken on him because they're like he's autistic, or he's fucking got damage to his brain, or maybe he got kicked in his ass on the yard too many times, or, you know, the way he talks. But that's just him, man. I think that's just his character. He's a youngster telling war stories, man. If you notice, when he does a lot of these interviews, he tends to start getting into his zone and reflecting and reminiscing. And that is what it is to be in prison. That's that institutionalized mentality. Somebody asked me just yesterday, they were like, man, all you talk about is prison, bro. Why don't you talk about something else? You don't understand. A lot of us that have done an extensive amount of time incarcerated in California and every other state, what happens is we become institutionalized. Even if we don't like to admit it, we become institutionalized. You know, you walk into stores, you don't want a lot of people looking at you. Hey, you get a little apprehensive around a whole bunch of gente. You become reclusive. You become, you know, people say, oh man, I'm out here on the streets really getting it. It's because you've never been locked up, incarcerated. Once you do time in real places, 4 yards, 3 yards, really did that, seen some crazy shit, you become two things: desensitized to that type of shit, but also shit, aware and on point, homie. You're standing on your 10 at all times. You don't like to be around a lot of people. It makes you very antisocial. That's part of being institutionalized, you know. Hey, there's not a motherfucker that has not been incarcerated that doesn't have a caja de sopa somewhere in their kitchen, right? You just do that. You know, you start looking at things from a prison perspective because that's all you knew, you know, for so long. Your mind is trained. That's what it's meant to do. It's meant to fucking train your mind into where you're at. And some guys are battle tested and battle ready. And so everywhere they go, they want to get off where they're mad at. They're gang banged out. They still think they're on the yard. Fuck that, hoes. I want to fucking watch that movie. Not you, right? And everyone's in the movie theater fucking with a piece trying to get it. Look, the kid is institutionalized just like myself. I told that young man that asked me that question, I said, hey, bro, to do these videos is therapeutic to me, to tell my stories. It's like telling war stories in the cell. It's what we did. As youngsters, that's one of the characteristics in the DNA of the makeup of a motherfucker locked up. Whether you're black, wood, white, brown, Asian, Uso, we all sit in the cells with nothing more to do than work out and tell war stories and reminisce, man, because it takes our mind off what's in front of us, what's on our plate, which is a whole lot of caca, right? So we tell our little war stories, we kick it, homes, we eat our little spreads, watch our little tuvo and do our thing, homes, educate our minds, some. That's it. So when I get out and other people get out, we're still on that mode for many years. Some people never get out of that mode. You know, I understand that there's bigger and better things in life and other things to do, which Lefty Gunplay is participating in at this point. But he's still going to have that lightweight little institutionalization thing going on in him. And that's what I see. When he does these interviews, he starts telling war stories. And, you know, you always want to paint yourself in the best light when you tell your war stories. You always want to take W's. There's very few, not me, I tell the truth, but there's very few that are going to fucking take an L in a story. You notice that? You ain't never going to hear motherfuckers talking about how they got choked out and beat up or they got fucked in prison. It ain't going to happen. Them vatos ain't going to tell you about all that, about how fucking some black dude fucking snatched up his tray and hit him over the head with it. It ain't going to happen. If anything, vatos are going to act like they were super sureños, super norteños, super whatever they claimed, and they were out there putting it down and can't no one in this fucking world fuck with them. And they never took an L. They walked the yard tough. They like a peacock with their whole fucking chest bone out. But look, 9 times out of 10, it's not all the truth, man. Everybody takes an L. Sometimes you get put in a situation where you're outnumbered, outmanned, outgunned, and you're like, fuck, eh? And look, you might fucking take a fucking slap to the face bone and then you have to retaliate. You know, it's not about losing or winning. It's about standing your ground and living to fight another day, Craig. Guard! That's what it's about. So anyways, with Lefty Gunplay, I still see that he's institutionalized a little bit. He talks about prison. You know, when you're doing a rap career, you need to separate your fucking business from your past, you know? Look at, people think, oh man, going to prison. I used to think the same thing. You gain status, man. Hey, you were that one in the hood. Everyone's like, ooh, the homie just got out of Chachilla, right? Everybody's all fucking whatever on your nuts. But in reality, in real life, that's an L, homie. That's an L, bro. That's a true elbow, right? Anyone who gets incarcerated, they're not happy about it. There's not one guy sitting down right now that wouldn't trade spots with you. Everybody wants to get up out of there, man. Even the ones that got that light gang banging and they're super hardcore banged out homes, they want to get out too. Fuck that, eh? They like Carl's Jr. They're trying to slide through and get them a biscuit and a huevo in the morning. You know what I mean? And that's just it. So I don't think there's one person that wants to sit down like that. Anyways, when it comes to Lefty Gunplay's blowing up. He's all over the place. That vato met Mike Epps in the motherfucking airport, right? Hey, what about the clickbait shit? Hey, look, Swifty Gunplay's doing shit with Mike Epps. He met him in the airport, eh? Stop it, right? Vatos be putting too much on it, you know what I mean? Hey, bro, look it was righteous. They exchanged numbers, shook hands, you know, did all that. Orale, homes. Hey, that's a good thing. Raza, stand up. We're making moves, homes. We're meeting up with Mike Epps in the airport, right? We're doing it. Look, I say he speaks for a lot of the youngsters, man. There's a lot of people that are behind him, and not necessarily because of his rap, like he's the best rapper or anything, but because of what he's doing so fast. And then that leads to this. Slow down, right? When you try to go too fast and you're going to trip, you're going to fall. Walk, don't run. You know, your jefa used to tell you, hey, walk, pendejo, don't run. You're going to slip and fall. It's the same thing in life. When you're moving too fast, you're going to have a lot of people trying to get in your earlobes, man, and try to wiggle and manipulate you out of bullshit. You keep a solid core around you, some good camaradas, some good homeboys from way back when, man, or even some righteous dudes you just met that have your best intentions at heart. Keep you a nice little squad of team, man, and push. Make moves. We're dependent on this guy, believe it or not. Why? There's a lot of people, oh, he's on skunk, he's on drugs, bro. He's going to burn out, he's going to crash. It's like they want to see that happen. Like they can't wait for something bad to pull up on him or to pop up on him online. Oh, guess what? Oh, yeah, he was cool. I've heard people say, oh, he's from a tagger gang. So what, Holmes? There's a lot of vatos from Los, Northern California and everything that used to be taggers, Holmes, or were from tagger clicas or crews or party crews and all that. See, that shit was pretty prevalent in the 90s, bro. There was a lot of party crews, taggers, graffiti artists and things. And then at one point in time, they realized, you know what I mean, that wasn't the thing to do anymore, to basically destroy the area, the community, man, or just fucking do what they were doing. And a lot of them got involved in barrios. There was even a point in time down in Southern California where you were no longer able to be from a tagger crew, Holmes. You needed to switch up, Holmes. And there was a lot of fucking tagger crews, SSK, KWS, so many others, man, that I'm not going to say switched up and got punked or nothing like that, man. They just decided, hey, this was the route to go. This was the route to go. They were told, hey, this is where you're going. And that was it. Mexican is Mexican, man. No matter what we do, our hands have been in everything. Hip hop, tagging, graffiti, fucking, you know what I mean? Boning chicks in the fucking, in a 57 Chevy in a park. We've been doing it all, right? This guy Swifty comes from a long line of gangsters, homie. Baldwin Park is in the mix, man. Very active, very real, right? And there's no doubt about it, whether he was a tagger at one point and comes from a disc gang, everyone's always trying to minimize or belittle someone's contribution to what they did. Who gives a fuck, bro? As long as he doesn't have no weird ass case, bro, he's fine with me, right? Keep on pushing. You know, it doesn't matter if Avalto fucking wasn't super hardcore. I seen a video pop up of him. He's laughing with some chicks and he had little earrings in his ears and whatever, man. And at one point in time, we were all very young and made stupid choices on the internet and said stupid things, but I didn't see nothing very bad with that other than he was out there trying to knock. He had about 3-4 bitches. What'd you have, right? He was out there trying to get it. And he continues. That's his style. So I'm all for Lefty Gunplay. I'm all in. Holmes, my chips here. Let me push him to the middle. I hope that this kid gets signed by a big label. I hope that he blows up and goes mainstream because we've had very limited and few Mexicanos, Chicanos that have done it. Lighter Shade of Brown did it where they toured the world. Some Darkroom Familia did it where they toured the world, man. Of course, we had Little Rob, Baby Bash, and just a very slim few others, man. I don't mention USPM. I just did. There you go. Other than that, you've done more time incarcerated on a bad charge than you did on that stage. And that's just where I'm at with it, right? Hate me if you don't like me, and if you like me, don't hate me, please. And that's just it. But when it comes to Lefty Gunplay, he's really doing it now. Do I think he might crash out and burn out? If he involves the wrong people in his business, if he keeps it super hood and super active street shit and involves that in every conversation, you know, when people ask you questions, doesn't mean you got to give them the answers, bro. When people they try to bring that out of you, you got to understand the world loves drama. They love chaos and bullshit, right? So any type of person you sit down with, they're always going to ask about your past, your gang history. They want to shed light on that. But in business, in the real world, man, people are scared of that. They don't want to deal with some fucking gangbanger who fucking all he cares about is 4 blocks, you know, around his area or his trailer park. They don't care about that. There's a bigger world out there. If you want to travel the bigger world and make a bigger bag and get with the bigger program and push for yourself and the raza, whether you want, look, there's a lot of vatos that are like, I don't give a fuck about pushing for the raza. I'm just trying to get a bag, eh? You know what I mean? But hey, you always have to think about where you come from and never forget your people that have fallen back. Pull them up, eh? We need that. You know, we need that. Everybody needs a helping hand at some point in time. Lean on me. When you're not strong, right? I need a friend. We all need help. Whether it be social media, whether it be in the rap game, the industry. As a whole, man, there's not a lot of Mexicans that shine. And it's not because we're not talented just like anyone else. It's because we've never really been given the opportunity to shine. There's been very few. Lefty Gunplay is getting that opportunity to shine. But always remember this. The reason why you shine so much is because the push of the raza behind you. That's the same thing with like the brothers. A rapper will blow up. It's because all them little young black kids, man, are inspiring to be that guy and they're looking up to him. Now, there are some industry plants that just get put in position. I don't know where they come from. Never heard their shit on iTunes. Next thing you know, they got all kinds of moissanite and they're fucking just everywhere. And I'm like, damn, I ain't never heard of no little fucking punk, right? That's just how it is. With Lefty Gunplay, man, he's come correct. He's doing his thing, man. He tries to keep it responsible and respectful. And I like that, man. As far as him being a youngster, telling his war stories, doing his little drogas and getting his little drink on, hey, he's feeling himself, eh? Who doesn't? Who doesn't feel themselves? I know I do. Sometimes, man, you know, when I had a little bit of money, I don't got none anymore. But when I did have a little money, I was able to buy nice t-shirts, bomb hats, and fuck a whole lot of dividends off. I did that. I learned. I got a little bit older, a little bit grayer, right? And I slowed down. So you need to slow down and understand the situation that you put yourself in. You know, understand the people that rock and support with you. Recognize that and do the right thing. And I did it like a Spike Lee joint, right? So now I'm saying to Lefty Gunplay is, you know, all these people that are hating on him and talking shit, because it's like 50-50 right now. There's a lot of people like myself that are like, hell yeah, bro, do your thing. Fuck yeah, I don't care if he's a southerner or a northerner. That shit don't mean nothing to me, man. I did that already. See, there's chapters in your life. There's a book of life that we all have, right? And in life, man, you know, there's some people that stay on that page and that's it. And that's cool, man. And there's a lot of youngsters, hey, homie, they're solid, they're righteous, but they're miserable, eh? Most of them vatos that are on that same page are miserable, eh? You know what I mean? They're sitting there incarcerated forever. And they're like, fuck, I wish I didn't do this shit, man. But fuck it, I got to go out there with my chin up, homes, because the raza needs me. The gente needs me. The sureños or the norteños need me, right? But best believe when they get in that cell at night, they're like, fuck. You know what I mean? I wish I was out there like Lefty Gunplay, eating bomb-ass tacos with stacks of money, shaking Mike's head hands in the airport, right? They wish. You know, so don't never, you know, the little youngsters that look up to these guys, yeah, bro, you're a DO. They're solid, right? Come on now. Go get your solid ass locked up and see how that works out for you, right? Let's see what side of the yard you end up on. That's just how it is. Not everybody is built for tough and not everybody is a Tonka truck, right? Unless you're that fat chick that I just dropped the shirt on. She's a tanque. And that's just it. Pensa, I'm not meaning to disrespect. I'm just keeping it really than real. Really the real deal, Holyfield with 2 ears. So anyways, man, I impress upon the people that are non-supportive of, I was about to say Swifty Blue. Don't no one like his ass, right? Hey, I do, man. You know, respects to that vato. But Lefty Gunplay, think about the youngster, man. Think about his situation, man. Be happy for him. Don't be hating on him. That's the problem with this world, man. We're all too busy to hate on each other, belittle each other, and tear each other down. You know, he reminds me of so many cellies I had, man. Those were the best cellies to have, too. The super serio ones, it gets old fast, bro. It's so scary, Holmes. Yeah, I only watch Judge Wagner, eh? So scary. Judge Wagner ain't been on since the 80s, eh? Spencer. Then it's going to be Judge Judy, I say. Her, too. Well, fuck you then, I say, right? Get out of my cell, right? There's just certain, you don't want a super serio guy. But the little youngster that wiggles in the cell, yeah, you can find yourself in situations and caught up, but sometimes it's fun, right? That's just it. No, this kid, I hope he doesn't crash out and burn out. I hope drugs don't take a hold of his life, and I hope he doesn't feel himself too much and let weird-ass snakes fucking slither into his camp, because so far, so good. I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. I believe he is the voice, not of only the South right now. When I say the voice, I don't mean like on some gang shit. I just mean as in a rapping thing. He's the next one smoking, man. He's doing his thing. You know, I've had a lot of people get at me in a lot of different situations. Oh, he's better than any Latino rapper. Hold up, right? Sasuke, pump them brakes, eh? Come on now, don't do that. There's Conejos still out there. Sasuke, you know what I mean? Acito and fucking Young Gigs are still out there. Slow down. He's bad though, Holmes. Give him his props. He's doing his thing. And he's definitely the hottest thing smoking right now for the raza. So you have to respect it. With that being said, man, stop hating on that young man, please, man. Will he last? Absolutely. If he stays correct in his mind and he doesn't let the fame get to him, I truly believe that youngster right there will outlast many. He's doing it. With that being said, move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the strive to struggle, the struggle to strive. We're going to continue as people in the industry, content creators, fucking actors, dancers, comedians, rappers, man, to do our thing, to perform and entertain the raza, to put on for our people, man. That's what it's all about. But to tear each other down and belittle each other because you're jealous or you're envious or you just don't like the vato, go find Bigfoot, man. Leave the vato alone. Bang, bang.